Hello, juniors, and welcome to your 8th College Readiness webinar. Today, we are going to identify the different parts of a college application, and we're going to create a brag sheet. Remember that you can pause the video wherever you want to take the time that you need in order to process what you're hearing. All right, so let's recap where we are right now in junior year. We just finished building our preliminary lists of colleges, and now we're going to dive into how we will apply during senior year. As a reminder, SAT school day is coming up on March 23rd. We recommend all students participate in SAT school day in order to have the most post-high school options available. Some colleges and universities are no longer requiring the SAT for admissions, but some still are. So definitely do your research and identify which one of your schools is requiring the SAT in order to make a decision on your admissions. All right, senior year. So in the summer and the beginning of the fall, you are going to be doing some final research and creating your final college list. You might be taking your summer SAT if that is an option, if that's what you want to do. College application season opens up in the fall all the way through February. And right at the same time of application season, we're going to be doing financial aid season. So you'll be applying to financial aid, you'll be reviewing your award letters, making decisions on who's offering you the best package. And then during March and May, you will be making a decision. May 1st is the national enrollment deadline. That is when you need to make a decision on which school you will be applying to in the fall, enrolling to in the fall. So then in May through June is your enrollment period, when you're choosing classes, when you're getting ready to start college. College applications, exciting, nerve-wracking, all the emotions, I get it. With application season starting in the fall for you all, it is quickly coming up. There are many schools that you all might be interested in and some that you are highly considering. Remember to consider your best fit factors from our last webinars, like location, size, and programs. We also want you to have a well-balanced list, like your reach and your target and your safety schools. So as you think of safety schools, let's talk about eligibility and admissions. Remember that you still have time to boost your GPA. So in California, the most popular colleges that students typically apply to is the California State Universities and the Universities of California. So for the CSU, they're going to be looking at your 10th and 11th GPAs only. The minimum to apply is a 2.0. That's all you need in order to apply. If you have a 2.5 or above, you are eligible for local admissions guarantee. Let me repeat that. If you have a 2.5 or above, you are guaranteed admissions at your local state school. So for Summit students that in California, that is East Bay and San Francisco State. Other recommended campuses for Summit students who have been successful and we consider to be good fit campuses are Sonoma State, Stanislaus State, Chico State, and Channel Islands. Students with a 2.0 and a 2.49 GPA may still be eligible based on supplemental information. So if you don't have that 2.5, it's okay. You can apply with your 2.0 or above, up to 2.49, and they're just going to look at your additional coursework, your extracurriculars, work experience, if you're a part of anything, if you have any leadership skills, and each campus will have its own criteria. So definitely don't be shy and apply. And remember, that they're looking at your 10th and 11th grades. Now for UCs, they are also looking at your 10th and 11th GPA. The minimum GPA you need to apply is a 3.0. So students with a 3.0 and a 3.5, we recommend the lower selective campuses like UC Merced, UC Riverside, UC Santa Cruz, or UC Davis. This GPA range and these campuses we recommend. We can never guarantee that a student will be admitted to a UC. They don't have a local admissions guarantee like the CSUs, but if you are between a 3.0 and 3.5, we highly encourage to apply to these campuses. Now, we do want you to remember that UCLA and UC Berkeley are considered lottery schools. Now, if you remember from the last webinars when we discussed what a lottery school is, the admissions rate is lower than 20%. So it's considered a lottery school. And we bring this up because we have a lot of students in California that want to apply to UCLA and Berkeley because they're amazing and they're great and they're popular. So just keep that in mind. Now in Washington, there is a GAP program, the Guaranteed Admissions Program, and it is a partnership between high schools and Washington colleges based on your GPA. So these schools are going to look at your 9th, 10th, and 11th grade GPA. The colleges will contact you that you are guaranteed admissions. You must complete the application in your senior year. So for students with a 2.5 or above, you're looking at Evergreen State College for your guaranteed admissions. Students with a 3.0 or above, you're looking at Wazoo, at Eastern, Central, and Western. Then we have PLU, and they are also looking at your 9th through 11th grade GPA. The minimum is a 3.3 GPA. No application is necessary. There's no essay. There's no letters of recommendation required. PLU will contact you with an acceptance form in senior year to finalize your acceptance. No obligation to attend. You are just being offered based on your GPA. These are all things to consider as you are making a well-balanced college list. Definitely consider your safety campuses. And remember, there's still time. All right, we named a lot of schools. We recommend that students apply. We have a assortment of links that students can research. We have a college short list, and that is a list of schools based on GPAs of Summit students, of where they've applied, where they've been admitted, and these are the campuses that we recommend based on their GPAs. So there is a variety in here. We have a California College snapshot and a Washington College snapshot, and those are popular campuses of our Summit students specific. And we have a list of California private colleges that we recommend and Washington private colleges that we recommend. I know it's scary to think about private colleges and the price point, but based on that is why we have created a private college list that you all can consider. All right. So you might be asking yourself, how do I apply to all these schools? It depends on the school and application. So the UCs and the CSUs each have their own platforms. For CSUs, the Cal State Apply, and the UCs have their own as well. You will need a copy of your transcript to complete the application. They're going to ask for your coursework and the grades that you received. For UCs, you will need 4 short essays. They're called your personal insight questions. And if you're applying to EOP, which is the Educational Opportunity Program for first-generation low-income students, for the CSUs, you will need 2 recommenders. And usually that can be your mentor or another trusted adult that knows your academic or your upbringing. So in Washington, it's a little more complicated. For public colleges like UW Seattle and UW Bothell, there is the coalition application. UW Tacoma, Wazoo, Western, Central, Eastern, they have their own college application platforms. Evergreen uses the Common App or their own. For private colleges, private schools generally use the Common Application. So private colleges for both California and Washington, you will need to link your Common Application and your overgrad account, which we will go over in senior year. Make sure to update your overgrad account with each application method that you will be using. All right, so when are they due? You're responsible for keeping track of your deadlines and materials, but here is an overview. So in California, for the UCs, it is November 30th. Quickly gonna come up during senior year. And for CSUs, it is also November 30th. Some campuses have extended that deadline. You can see that a few campuses extended their deadline to December 15th. Some were even accepting applications in January and February. So it just depends on the campuses that you're applying to. And Washington, they also vary. So public colleges, you're looking at November, January, and February as well, and some March. For private colleges, because you're doing the Common App, it also depends on the school, but you're looking at anywhere between the 1st of January through the 15th. And some do have rolling admissions, which means they don't have an actual application season. So if you just apply, they will give you a decision within a few weeks. All right, so the different parts of the college application. So college admission counselors look at the types of rigor of courses that students take in high school. So when they're looking at your courses, they're looking at what kind of courses you took. Your grades. Students report their grades in every class for all 4 years of high school on their applications. Students should strive to earn the best grades possible each year, especially junior year, because remember, there's still time to boost it up. Letters of recommendation. Most private colleges do require 1 to 3 letters of recommendation from applicants, depending on the school. Some don't even require them, so definitely do your research. Essays or insight questions, depending on the type of application. Students may have to write one longer essay between 650 words. It's also known as your personal statement, or several short ones like the insight questions for the UCs. And today we're going to focus on your activities, jobs, volunteers, your resume, so to speak. That is also a part of the college application. So the resume. Students' resume of activities can include things like sports, clubs, awards, volunteering, and work experience. Colleges value depth over breadth. It is more important to show consistent involvement and leadership in fewer activities than shallow involvement in many activities. So consider stepping into your leadership roles, such as scout leader, club president, team captain. They can also plan for productive summer of volunteering or enrichment experience like a camp. Colleges want to see passions and focused skill. They want to know who you are, what can you offer the college, what opportunities can you bring to the school. This is your chance to brag about yourself. I know that can be very difficult, but this is the time and space for that. And remember that your grades matter, but they are not the only factor. So all of these different activities that you do put on your college application are key. So where to keep all of these activities and things, and how do I keep track of all these things that I've done? We recommend that you create a brag sheet. A brag sheet is exactly what it sounds like, an opportunity to brag about yourself. It helps you think about who you are and what makes you special. It is a tool to help you keep all of your accomplishments in one place. You can use the brag sheet to detail your extracurricular activities, your awards, your passions, and goals. Senior year, you will need it to fill out college and scholarship applications. Some scholarship applications do also require to see what kind of experiences have you done, or what kind of leadership skills do you have. And you will share it with your recommenders if needed. So you all will be clicking into the tiny URL. All of the links will be in the description box. So this is a sample brag sheet. This is a template. You're going to want to make copies for you to fill out yourself. We do have an example of one filled out if you want to look at what a final brag sheet could possibly look like. And at the very end, there are directions on how to upload it into Overgrad for later use and for your mentor to be able to access it senior year. So in Overgrad, you're going to go to your profile. You're going to go to My Documents. You're going to go to Resumes, Add Resume. You're going to add a link. Remember, we're going to make a copy and we're going to create our own brag sheet. We're going to link in our file URL. We're going to name our brag sheet if you want, 2022, just so you know it's your draft for this year. You're going to save your file, and now you'll be able to see it in your mentor, and the college readiness team will be able to access it. All right. We talked about a lot of things. We discussed a lot of options. We are going to pause and debrief with our mentor group. What did you hear in this webinar? Why is this work important? Why do we need to know these things? What did this make you think about? What questions do you have? You can pause the video here. All right, welcome back. I hope you were all able to debrief a little bit on the different parts of the college application. Maybe you got to click into a few of the links. Maybe you're ready to dive in. So for the rest of your SDL block, we're going to work on these action items. We're going to explore the recommended colleges on slide 8. And again, you can find all of the links. You can find the slides in the description box. We're going to draft a brag sheet. We're going to get started on that. You're going to upload that brag sheet for later use into your Overgrad. If you're finished early, you can explore the college readiness website always. You can always do that. There is a multitude of resources that you can look into. All of those links will be available online on our website. And as we mentioned in the previous webinars, we are heavy focused on four-year colleges, but if you are considering alternative pathways, these are some resources that you can explore. You can email us with questions at collegereadiness@summitps.org. You can G-chat us during the block. This Wednesday coming up on March 9th from 8:30 to 9:50, we will have optional office hours for y'all if you want to discuss any alternative pathways, or if you want to go over the college application and the different parts. Maybe you have a question on whether an activity or something you did last summer would be considered to be able to put it on your brag sheet. Whatever the question is, definitely pop into the office hours. You will find it on your Google Calendar. And we will also have it on the 16th of March, same time, 8:30 to 9:50. Thank you.